Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Tony Nix Morning Show here as we're ready to deliver some picks right here from the college football. We got MLB. WNBA is back as well, and NHL. And it'll be Rod and I today here on the show on this Wednesday. Looking forward to it. Well, news, Rod, and then we're going to get right to the picks, and that's what we do here on the Tony Nix Morning Show. We don't waste any time here. Rod, what's going on?
No, not too bad, Tony. It was one of those days where we gave out New Mexico as the freebie, and that was should have been the premium play. That was the one that it was all company on the road, and Louisiana Tech, they stink on the road. Absolutely awful. That should have been the big money play. Nice to see that Elliot Jameson hit it in the chat there. Congratulations on that one. And hey, the Oilers, big comeback win, got themselves a win. Maybe that'll give them the jolt they need. Nice little, they went down 2-0. The rookie of the Flyers popped in 2. He scored the first 2 goals. Flyers up 2-0. It was like, oh no, here we go again. And no, they always battled back. And Leon Draisaitl, the guys that making the big bucks, scored the OT winner in that one for the Oilers to finally get them off the schneid and get them a win. And in baseball, yeah, can you complain? Look at the Yankees go.
Yeah.
Cole. I thought Cole, they had Cole worked, and he was sweating there, bases loaded. And it was 3-1, and then it was 3-2, and then they pulled him. And I thought, oh, man, if the Guardians got the hit there, man, they would have busted it open, and they would have got the win. But bullpen came in and did their job, went down, and after that, it was all over. And I think the Guardians are in deep trouble.
Yep, very big, especially when the Yankees have their pitching lineup here. We're going to see Schmidt, and then we're going to see Hill, and then back again to Rodon. Rodon again, we'll see if they do Rodon, if they move Cole up again. We'll see because there'll be some time off. If it goes there, we may get a 4-game sweep here. But we do have 3, 4, 5 in Cleveland here to see how that rolls. Cleveland has been a good home team, but, man, up against the wall here, 0-2 in that spot. And pretty good pitchers. Schmidt has been solid. Hill as well. So it's going to be tough for Cleveland here. Maybe, I mean, for the Yankees, you take splitting the next 2 because you'd be up 3-1, but we could possibly even see a sweep in this series.
It wouldn't shock me if they did go into Cleveland with the next 2 and wrap it all up.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Then going back to that Mexico State game again. I was too chicken to make a premium. I told you guys I'm not going to put a premium in these 3 games. And again, like you, I'm sitting thinking to myself, damn it, the home road splits told you everything, right? New Mexico State was more competitive in their home games, and they were getting blown out on the road, and that's what makes those stats, that really skews those stats. So you got to really make sure that you can look at the home road splits, especially in these smaller conferences, because you know these teams are taking those paycheck games and getting pounded. It's going to make their stats look ugly. So you got to really do a lot of digging in these.
That's how, they'll take the game just because of the paycheck they're going to get to go take that game on the road out. You going east, I'm going west. I've seen a lot more east going west, a lot more west going east in college football this year. It's a different parity that you see from what normally you see in college football, and I like it. It's and they've equaled it out. It's not like they've just made all the west teams going east and all the east teams going west. No, they've definitely evened it out. We've seen it going both ways. So I kind of like it. And it also keeps more teams alive. You know, when you're at this point and you're like, when you get this, like, oh, there's only these few undefeated teams left. And you know what? It just kind of narrows it down and it doesn't make it as exciting. I think with more teams in this playoff, it's going to make college football way more exciting. I'm liking what we got going with college football now.
I know Justin 1890. I think he's a Met fan here. He thinks the NL will sweep the AL easy. I don't know. The Yankees getting swept. We'll see how that rolls.
I think Justin's definitely a Met fan. I think he's got his Met cap on, securely touched on his head, and it's not moving. I think he's definitely a Met fan there.
We'll see. Hopefully, we have the Subway Series. We could have Dodgers, Yankees, as it looks right now. So it may look nice here. Yeah, Mets will win. We'll find out there as we continue here on We'll get to that point in just a second. But let's get started here with the show. As promised, we're going to get right to the picks, and let's do it. So we got a couple here from Conference USA again. We thank them. You know, we're getting a little better teams here in this one here. I like this one again, but the last one here is another one. One of those you have a hard time picking your head in this one. But anyway, just make sure Liberty in these games. You know, if you put Liberty in these games, you're going to get at least some quality of game in there. But anyway, we got West Kentucky and Sam Houston State, FIU and UTEP. We get it started with Rod.
Yeah, you look at this Sam Houston taking on Western Kentucky. Both teams 5-1 ATS to start the season, so this should be a competitive game from both. Both offenses can definitely move the ball. You look at Western Kentucky, and they average about 28.3 points per game. Sam Houston defense gives up about 23.8. If you look at the Sam Houston offense, some of those numbers are a little high. They face some softer opponents, I would say, that has run up that number. So they average 31.8 points per game. Western Kentucky defense holds to about 23. So when I look at it, this is going to come right down to the wire game. Kind of who's got the ball last. It's turnover battle is going to be huge. But I like the over 55.5. I think both offenses are going to be able to score. And it's both defenses should be able to slow up the run. So I think the QBs are going to have to throw the ball. And both offenses could definitely throw the ball down the field. I think we might get some big one chunk plays that move the ball fast down the field and get some scores. So give me the over 55.5, Sam Houston, Western Kentucky. And the other one, FIU taking on UTEP. Ooh, UTEP's awful. Absolutely awful. But FIU's not no prize chicken either. It's like betting Middle Tennessee yesterday is what you're looking at. It's at 7. Kind of like FIU minus the 7. But if we see some shenanigans in that one and UTEP pulls it out, would it surprise me? No. So I'm going to take the under in that one. I don't see a whole lot of offense in that one. At 47, I think that total is definitely a touch too high. Give me the under, FIU and UTEP.
There you go. From Rod, or I say when I think about these games here, I'm going to look here at the Hilltoppers. Their numbers have been really good against the conference. That is Western Kentucky. 6-3 of the spread as an underdog. They have played a more difficult schedule. Remember, they went into Alabama. Then they played BC tough in a close loss there at Boston College. And I'll look at that route here with them. Sam Houston not getting accurate play in the passing game, but they averaged 6.9 yards a carry per attempt, I should say. And they got behind. They got a huge deficit there against Texas State. Came back, win by 1. But I think Western Kentucky is pretty much a little more classier team here. I'll take them in this spot against Sam Houston State. FIU, UTEP, I mean, it's just UTEP against these poor rushing teams, 2-1 of the spread in this spot at home. It's just tough to bet to back FIU lane at more than at this point spread. I'll look at the home team, UTEP here, +7. No way in the world would this be even a premium situation again for me. Looking at this Panthers team, they're giving about 5 yards a carry, 8.2 yards per pass attempt. Man, that is just rough, man. There to back them in this spot. So, but still, I'll take them. I'll take them at the +7 in this one. All right, let's continue here on the Tony Fix Morning Show. Here we're joined with Rod. Now it's time to turn our attention to Major League Baseball. It's the playoffs. It's game 2 between the Dodgers and the Mets. We're tied up at 1 apiece. We've got Buehler on the mound, Severino on the mound for the Mets. We see this one tied here, Rod. Dodgers about a $1.10 favorite. Even money on the other side with the Mets. Total sits 7.5.
Yeah, that total hasn't budged overnight. That's for sure. Stuck at 7.5 and still at 7.5 now, not moving. I like the over in this one. You look at Severino for the Mets. When was the last time he pitched? October 6th. So he hasn't pitched in 10 days. Gonna be a little rusty as Severino. And the last time they seen Severino, well, he gave up 6 hits, 3 earned runs, 2 home runs. And that's what happens with Severino. He's given up the long ball. And how has he fared so in these championship series? Not so much. 0-8 is Severino in these spots. And you look Buehler, everybody's all talking about Buehler and he's going to be awful and give up runs. I think he does give up a couple runs. It's what he does. But the Mets bats are hot. So I don't know. I like the over 7.5. I think both teams can definitely get some runs, even if we see some runs early and we see some runs late in this one. Either way, we get up and over the 7.5 in this one in New York tonight.
Yeah, I couldn't argue that with the over there. I'm going to look here at the Dodgers. The price is too good on the Dodgers here for me here to take them here at -109. They do hit right-handers better. 250 against righties, putting up 5.5 runs a game. They went into New York 3 times this season, swept them, won all 3 against New York. I just don't trust this Mets bullpen, man. That's what scares me here. Severino, in the postseason, his 2 postseason starts this year, 7 runs allowed in 12 innings. Team recommended Buehler 4-3 on the road against teams that average 7 or greater strikeouts per game. Remember, Buehler had that 1 bad inning against the Padres. Otherwise, it was 4 scoreless innings. But that double play ball that turned into nonsense when Tatis ran into the ball. That kind of opened the floodgates there. So other than that, it was a pretty good outing for Buehler. And like I said, it's very much up and down. And, I really have to look here at Dodgers on the road here. Hit right-handers. Again, I asked this question again. Why didn't the Padres throw their lefty in that series? I mean, it was really stupid in my opinion. You had Ceaser, a left-hander. You go to the left-hander. I mean, that just boggles my mind to this day. So I'll look at LA here. The price is just too good for me here on LA. Yeah, I know it's best record in there, but if they would have played the Dodgers probably 16 times, I think the Dodgers probably would have beat them. They played the AL East, NL East, which had their issues. Atlanta is injured. You got the Marlins in there, Washington in there. You have some of these teams that up and down. So
is Grimace throwing out the first pitch, Justin?
Yeah, and also
maybe Grimace will give you some luck.
The Dodgers had that tough division this year. They get battled here with the Padres. The D-backs give them some battles. Giants can be tough at them as well. So I just think here in this spot, I like LA here on the road. I think they come from the better division, right? Everybody thought that was the issue there with the Dodgers, right? Playing that tough division. The Padres pushing them at the end. So I'm looking for them in this spot. But I do agree there with Rod on the over there in that spot. No doubt about that. All right, let's continue here on the Tony's Picks Morning Show as we turn our attention to the W here. I know Rod's got we're going to look here at the W here. Liberty and Lynx here, a 1-1 series, best of 5 series. This could be the swing game. Everybody says it's kind of like a game 5 in a best of 7. So this is a critical game here. Liberty on the road at the Lynx. Liberty road favorites 3.5. I do see a 4 someplace. Total sits here about 160.5.
Yeah, look at this game. Big battle between these two teams, and you look there's a case to be made for both sides of the ball. You look at New York on the road this season, absolutely lights out. You look at Minnesota after covering 2 or 3, and then back at home, that number is absolutely lights out. So it's tough in this one, but what has been working? That's what I said in the video. This first half over has been money. We've seen it. We've seen the first game 1 and game 2 where we've seen 50 points in the first quarter. We've seen 51 in game 1, 52 in game 2, and I think that's the same thing we get here. Big shot out of the cannon game where we see huge scoring early in this game, track meet, and then the pace slows down. That's what we've seen. Get up quick, track meet, and then all of a sudden slow the pace down as the game goes along. I love the over first half. It's 7-3 in the first half to the over for both sides on the court on this one. So give me the over first half in this one. I believe it's at 80. The books even marked it. It was at 70. Yeah, since we've been betting this first half, it went from like 75, 76, 77. I believe it's about 80.5 right now. Definitely still take it. I think we get to like I said, once you get that 50 in that first quarter, usually you cruise after that. So take the over in the first half.
All right, over there. I'm going to look here at the Lynx. You're giving me a possession, more than a possession here with the Lynx. The way they defend at home, the way they defend this season since the Olympic break, I'll take the points there with the Lynx in this one, which should be, I think, a really close battle. If I remember, they went in there and stole game 1. It's a 1-1 series with the Lynx back at home. I think we're in for another close game. But if you're giving me a little more than a possession, I got to take the defensive team here in the Lynx. All right, let's continue here on the Tony's Pick. Well, we got it's really split in the chat here between the Dodgers and Mets. Dodgers and Mets says so a lot of split there. It's a split game. There's no doubt about that. All right, we got to do the W. Now it's time to turn our attention to the NHL. 4-game card here. We'll go 2 at a time here with Rod here. We'll start here with the Sabres and Penguins. The Kings, 3 points in 3 games on this road trip. Well, let's continue. They're going to be at Toronto to face the Maple Leafs. We'll go to Rod. Rod has to say.
Yeah, hey, look at this in this matchup, and these the Leafs taking on the Kings. They're always battles, always close. So for me in that one, as I said in the video, you look at these Kings, and I believe they've covered the puck line in a bunch, 8 straight or something in Toronto. They won outright last year's trip to Toronto. So for me here in this one, as we've seen, the Kings have been a scrappy bunch on this road trip. Definitely been right there in games. I know that their last game out, it was a couple days ago in Ottawa, 8-7. I believe it's Kemper getting the start here in this one. It's the first of a back-to-back here for the Kings. So I wouldn't mind if they started Riddick in this one. Give him a shot as the backup. I think he might end up taking over for Kemper down the line because I think he is the better goalie for the Kings. But it's looking like Kemper's going to get the start back here in this one. For the Leafs, it's going to be Staloss. And I think you take the Kings plus the 1.5 here. We know the Leafs aren't the greatest at covering these puck lines. So I like the Kings plus the 1.5. You said as a parlay piece, pair it up with any with another game or a spot that you absolutely love, because I think it's a 1-goal game either way in that one. And then I went back and forth. Buffalo is tough. They win one and then they lose one. It's just backing Buffalo back to back. They look good against Florida. Got a nice 5-2 win in that one. And the Penguins are always highly overpriced in spots, but it's just one of those things where Buffalo, after a home win, they just don't follow it up with a win as they kick it out on the road. But the last couple against the Penguins, they have done it, but I can't do it. It's Buffalo. Give me the Penguins in that one. I think they're just at home. It's just where they play their better hockey. And this looks exactly the same price as it was the other day for Pittsburgh. So give me the Penguins in that one.
Wins there. All right. Next up here, we got Bruins Avalanche. We close out west here with the Hockey Club, Utah HC, and the Ducks.
Yeah, and you look at this one. You look at Utah taking on the Ducks, right? Utah's back out on that road trip. Utah got handed its first loss. So what I think happens here is I think everybody jumps all over Utah on this one. Everybody, as everywhere I've seen, it was Utah Hockey Club. Well, guess what? Don't count out these Ducks. This is the Ducks home opener. And guess what? The Ducks in their home openers, they've won 8 straight home openers, have these Ducks. And I like this young, gritty Ducks team. I'm going to take the Ducks as the money line here. I think they got a great shot to make it their 9th straight home opener and beat Utah. So give me the Ducks there in that one. And then the other one, just take the over. You look at Colorado, they've given up 20 goals this season in their first few games of the year. And after they allow 6 goals, guess what? They're 10-1 to the over after allowing 6 goals. So goals come early and often. And now I take the over, Boston, Colorado.
Yeah, from Rod, or we got you through here. The NHL. I know a lot of conversation here on this Smith side. I will say this here about this feature, looking historical numbers against pitchers. I don't look at that as much anymore. I look more at current form. What have you done over the past 5 to 10 games? Means more to me than what you did historically against a pitcher. That's just me, because maybe the pitchers will change, the hitters will change there's a lot of change that goes on week to week in baseball. Guys look at film, they look at different pitchers change things. I kind of look more at current form more now than I used to look at historical numbers against hitter versus batter. I used to look at that. It wasn't successful for me. That's just me, because I just think more current form. I will take current form over historical form when I look at things like that. And high intense. Yeah, there'll be high intense games, but that's what the Dodgers have been in those. They've been in these games. That Padre game was very intense, trust me. And then in the intense games, they showed a lot of heart to win in San Diego. That to me was something that I'll remember a lot about this playoff series, is that coming back from that facing 2 elimination games and winning both of them against the Padres, which is usually the Giants is their rival, but the Padres in recent years has been their yeah, I know the Grimace stuff. Yeah, and we'll see. I think how the Grimace rolls here in this one. I know it's funny, a funny story, but
I heard Grimace has a prior engagement though, so he's handing out burgers somewhere else. So the Mets just couldn't secure up Grimace for tonight, and that's why. He's not throwing up the first pitch. So tough there that the Mets couldn't secure up Grimace in that one.
Yeah, Padres. I think the Dodgers made them look like trash, because the Padres were one of the hottest teams in NL coming in. I think the best
management. The manager is the reason the Padres are out, because he didn't make the big decisions and make the go for it. Like when you sometimes you got to be a little more aggressive than what he did. And as Tony said, how come he didn't throw it a lefty?
Yeah,
what are you doing? The Dodgers aren't the great versus lefties. They love hitting up on righties. Who's going tonight? Is that a righty there, Justin? Uh-oh.
Yeah. But was separated. Look at Manaea, right? You had Manaea. Look what he did. I mean, I've seen the Dodgers all year. It's the lefties. That's right.
And then the historical trend, like we said, you look, and I think what's his name? I think Severino is 0-8 in championship games.
Yeah, that's
yeah,
pressure
0-8.
there.
0-8 right there. Yeah.
Woo.
Severino on the money line in league championship series. His record over his career 0-8. Average money line plus 128 in those games.
And most of those games with the Yankee lineup behind him, right? So
with the Yankees line behind him. Yes, exactly. Right. So
yeah.
It's kind of why he went from New York to New York. So we'll see how that goes.
We'll see how that one rolls. Indeed. All right. We got you through the games, right? We got you the NHL, college football, MLB. Don't forget, NBA starts on Tuesday, guys. So we'll have a lot more content. And then a couple of weeks after that, we got college football in early November, college basketball in early November. So 3 weeks away from the start of college basketball. So it's time for me to buy that magazine. I got to get that.
Mine's already in the mail. It's on the way.
I got to get that. I got to find out all these roster changes, coaching changes, tempo. Everybody wants to run the ball. Oh, we're gonna be fast paced. I don't think they can use that anymore. I think everyone's already used it, Rod.
Because it takes like 3 weeks to get here, Tony. So I had to order it sooner than later. It was like you got it because it takes so long to get up here. Sometimes shipping.
Yeah,
and as Justin just stated right there. Well, that's good because that's Ohtani's interpreter. He stunk at betting. He couldn't bet his way out of a paper bag. So that doesn't bode well for the Mets.
That's right. You want to reverse the interpreter. There's no doubt about that.
Fade the interpreter. Fade Ohtani's interpreter. How much money did that guy lose?
I know. That's why. I mean, if the money was coming into Ohtani, it's a different thing, but it was going out. It was going out. He would never said anything.
Why am I bleeding in my account over here?
If he would have won, he would have never got caught. That's a high idea. If he would have won, there would have been no money leaving the account. Right? That's the thing. That's why he got busted because he was losing. He got gambling. No, he didn't get arrested for gambling. He got arrested for being a losing gambler. Because had he won, he would never seen the money leave his account. That's the way it works on credit. So there we go. Now it's time. We got you through that. Now it's time for our parlay peripheral segment. We'll start with Rob.
And for me, this one, you know what? We're going to go with a couple goal scorers in these hockey games tonight. First one, we're going to go with your usual suspect. We're going to go with Austin Matthews to get an anytime goal for the Toronto Maple Leafs. And we're going to go with Pasternak for Boston. If your book will let you pair those two guys up. Austin Matthews, Pasternak of the Bruins. Two guys, anytime goal there tonight. Love that.
There we go.
And then you got to go with what's his name? Speaking of Shohei and his interpreter, Shohei Ohtani with the big home run in tonight's game.
There we go, Rod, with Shohei pick there. All right, let me. You heard that noise because I want to pick up my notes here. I got up early this morning and started handicapping college football here. I'll have those videos up later, but I wanted to look at this game here. Let's see. Do I have it up here? Let's see. Oh, here it is right here. Yeah, this hasn't been shot on video yet, so it will be shot later today. I handicapped this morning Alabama and Tennessee, and I looked at this game, and one thing I like here is the fact. Well, one thing I don't like is the way Alabama has defended the pass over their past 3 games. I'll be on Tennessee plus the 3 here at home. Alabama against their SEC opponents giving up 65% completions, 9.1 yards per pass attempt, 311 yards per game. They have played 3 straight games against the SEC, and Alabama's pass defense has just been horrific. So I'm going to go ahead and take Tennessee here at plus the 3. All right, we got you through here. Through the Tony's Picks Up show. Here we go. One more thing to do. We're going to keep an eye on what we got for sale over at the site as we're heading to a big week of action. Baseball playoffs, WNBA playoffs, NHL in full swing now. NFL, college football. NFL tomorrow. We got it. We got Thursday night game coming up. Well, of course, Rod has put up fantastic numbers at Tony's Picks. 1,137 units of profit. Document over at Tony'sPicks.com. Rod, what do you got for sale?
I'm going for sale tonight. I've got a play in the WNBA. I've got a play in the college football, and I've got a play in tonight's MLB action. So you can get my MLB 10-star play of the day singly. And then I've also got it included in my mixed sport triple. Definitely want to scoop up that triple. Love all 3 of those to sweep the board tonight. But there's so much sports action. The best way to go over at Tony's Picks is to grab something long-term. Grab that 3-day, grab that week pass. even grab a month. So much sports going on. NBA is back right around the corner next week early. So definitely you want to get aboard with something long term, more savings to you, and more winners for less money. So definitely jump aboard something long term. And then you get it in on those late Steam. If I see anything late, you'll get those emailed right to you personally if you're on something long term. So jump aboard over at Tony's Picks. Let's continue to stack them units.
After those years with Rod, great year in 2024 with Rod here at Tony'sPicks.com. Late Steam, what is that? Well, again, like Rod said, we email those plays. The regular member plays get in there about 11 a.m. Eastern time, but we allow our cappers to continue handicapping throughout the day, throughout the night. So we allow them between 10 minutes and 2 hours for game time to enter picks. Those picks are emailed to the long-term subscribers. Those are late Steam plays. So just remember the email that you use when you sign up for the service, that's when we receive those late Steam plays. So the handicap doesn't stop when those member plays are in. They continue handicapping throughout the day and night to find more winners for you. That's one of the unique features we have here at the Tony's Picks, Tony'sPicks.com. So get on board Rod here with a long-term basket. That is some fantastic value there for you guys. You can see Rod, great performance there for Rod for the year. All right, I've got a best bet on the board. Also have a single from college football for me. Again, long-term pass is the way to go. 30-day pass to get all my premium plays for that period of time. Just like when you click the link below and sign up. All right, we got you through the show today. Sifting through the final 2 comments here. Good luck here to everybody as well. That's right, Tony. That's right. Always good. Not a homer pick. It's just the Dodgers at that price. I just can't take my. Just can't. Got to do well with it. Rod, any closing thoughts before we roll?
Hey, definitely a smaller card today, but let's get it. Some nice winners out here to be had, and definitely continue to crush the books. Excited. That's right. That's right. Tomorrow we'll have more coverage for you here from baseball, NHL. Of course, we'll have coverage for you here on the show. So make sure you like, subscribe, send notifications. Remember, we got college football tomorrow, and of course tomorrow's Thursday. That's NFL Thursday Night Football. So we're ready with NFL pick for you tomorrow from the show, and that's going to do it. Away go, guys. You guys make it a winning day and night. We'll catch up with you again tomorrow here on the Tony's Picks Morning Show.